On this episode, we talk about Instagram shoutouts, how to deal with an unsupportive family, and how to grow your business. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 69 of the AskEngine show. We are running solo today with myself, so hope to not disappoint. It is a Wednesday, so y'all be watching this on Thursday. How's your week going? Want to know in those comments below. We always like to hear back from people who are watching and subscribing. Thank y'all for that. Thank you for your attention. We've got a couple questions for you today, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into them. Question number one. It says, question about Instagram shout-out values. What are they worth? So to give you a little bit of context, Instagram shout-outs are when you go to a page that has a larger following. You ask them to shout your page out with a either follow or with an offer, things of that nature. And yes, they are worth it. A lot of people debate the usage of Facebook ads, Instagram influencers, shout-outs, things of that nature. What makes it good or not good is how you execute. The idea of a shout out is very valuable. So it's someone who has a larger audience than you and you're siphoning away from their audience. So it's valuable as long as the audience that they have, you know a little bit about them, you know that they would enjoy your content, you're putting your best foot forward, things of that nature. Now, what is the value of a shout out? That's for you to decide. Ultimately, what is the value of Kylie Jenner shouting out your cosmetics product? It's huge. What is the value of Kylie Jenner shouting out your mattress company, Casper? It actually increased their growth 213% from a Instagram influencer campaign. That's massive. You're talking about millions and millions of dollars there. So the value is what you think you're going to be able to get out of it, and then also what the Instagram influencer charges. Some Instagram influencers are going to be expensive, some are not, and that's just kind of for you to weigh the costs. A good rule of thumb is to understand what is underpriced and overpriced attention. And I'm going to probably get some people who disagree with me here. Facebook ads and Instagram is still ridiculously underpriced compared to traditional forms of media. You have the attention. You know that Instagram influencer has the attention. You need to check and make sure that they're not using automation to get followers. They need to have an actual connection with their audience, but it's massively valuable. I'm not going to put a specific dollar amount on it because I don't know the exact context of how many followers they are, what their engagement levels are, blah, 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 blah. So what I would say is you need to predetermine a value, ask that influencer, and if they say no, or if they say it's more expensive, it's out of your budget, okay, great. Go to one of the 100,000 other influencers that you can connect with, that you can work with. So that's my advice there. Good question. Question number two, how do you deal with an unsupportive family? This one is a tough one. So family dynamics are hard because there's so much that comes into account. What type of family do you have? Do you come from an immigrant background? What are the expectations that you have from your parents? So I'll speak specifically to my circumstance. So my brother, growing up, my brother is ridiculously smart. He was a great kid. I was not so smart. I was not as good of a kid. And so what my parents did that I didn't realize at the time but really set me up for success was they valued and they measured my brother and I differently. Shout out to you, Mom and Dad. So they held me accountable to the standards that they knew I could achieve. And then when it came to business, so when it comes to like me starting my own business, things like that, I didn't feel unsupported, but I also understood that my parents did not understand what I was doing. They still don't understand what it is that I do, and that's okay. The biggest thing I can tell you is that as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, it is the loneliest endeavor you will ever take on. You cannot share the pain with anyone else unless you have a co-founder or a partner. It's all on your shoulders, and you have to bear that. It's part of the cost of entry to running a business. So if you're looking for support from other people, honestly, with your family, if your family's not serving you, you don't need to involve them in that process. Now, I'm not as extreme as Gary Vee and people like that who are like, you need to cut them out of your life. I honestly don't think that's practical for most people. But you need to distance yourself and you need to protect yourself. You need to protect what's going on in between your own ears. And so maybe that means that you don't talk to them about business, or you write them a very, very long letter saying, this is what I need from you. I need your support. I don't need you to be a naysayer. If you can't say anything positive, just don't ask. Don't say anything. So set some agreements with your family if they're unsupportive, and if they can't agree to that, then sure, cut them off. If your business is that valuable to you, if your business means that much to you. So I mean, that's just a tough one to answer. So the biggest thing that I can recommend is just radical transparency, radical honesty with your family, and then also realize that not everybody is going to agree with your decisions. A lot of people are going to offer you advice that you don't ask for, and part of also being a business owner and part of also just being a good human is being able to take that advice, thank them for it, and then disregard it or apply it where you see fit. So I hope that helps. Tough situation. I wish you massive luck with that, and let us know how it turns out. Question number 3, how do I source more clients to build my book of business? So for some context, he said, I started my own company offering remote data management and Salesforce administration services. I also have one client who's keeping me busy, but not quite 40 hours a week yet. So the way you grow is very simple. You need to make more introductions. You need to talk to more people. And good news, you can scale that one-on-one interaction through the internet. So when it comes to Salesforce, especially, if you're doing Salesforce administration, there are 50 ways that you know people are using Salesforce. If you're a Salesforce partner, check out John Barrows. He is a guy who does sales training for Salesforce representatives. He's got a lot of good insight. Go and buy a list of people who are currently using Salesforce. Go into Facebook and run Facebook ads against people who are interested in Salesforce. Do you get what I'm saying here? You need to target them either using paid media or cold outreach if you don't have the cash to do paid media. And you just need to ask for a conversation. You need to show them what you can do and ask for the sale. A lot of times people don't grow their business because they're terrified of sales. They're terrified of asking for more business. So if that's not you, you need to bring in a co-founder. You need to bring in a salesperson and pay them to go and win you those new contracts, win you those new accounts. So growth is really easy. It just takes patience and it takes work. At the end of this, I've only been pushing hard for new clients for a couple of weeks, but haven't heard much yet. Sorry, keep doing it. Do it for a quarter. See where you're at. Commit to putting your head down for 4 months to generate clients and work every day to generate clients. Now, what you've got to understand is that as you're growing a business, if you're generating clients, that gives you less time to do the work. So you're either going to sleep less, sacrifice time in other places, or you're going to have to bring on help to help you grow and manage those accounts. So just putting in the work. Honestly, the biggest thing you can do is if we were sitting across from each other right now and I honestly asked you how many people you've reached out to, I guarantee you need to 10x your activity when it comes to outreach. So talking to people, putting out content, giving your top of mind thoughts around your industry that lead to those conversations that bring you on new clients. I had someone message me this morning. They want to do some e-commerce consulting, and it came off of a Facebook Live that I did 2 weeks ago talking about something. They followed me, we connected, we've chatted, I've given them value, I've given before I've taken, and now they want to enter into a consultative relationship. So that's how you do it. You do the work, you put out the content, and you ask for the business. That's really it. All right, question of the day. Sales processes. What do y'all think about selling? I want to know who y'all follow when it comes to your sales advice. Do you follow Grant Cardone? Do you follow Ryan Stewman? Do you follow the Sanders method, the Challenger sell? What do y'all read about sales, and why do you read that? Thank y'all for watching, and we will talk to you tomorrow.